The countdown to the NFL draft is on, and there are two quarterbacks that are on the top of every franchise's prospect list. University of Miami's Cam Ward and Deion Sanders' U's own Shedeur Sanders are two guys towards the top of every mock draft. And if these mock drafts come true, these might be the only two quarterbacks off the board in round one. I personally, however, disagree with all of this hype. The hype for these two is semi-warranted in my opinion, but not completely warranted. Cam Ward has a lot of upside, but his mechanics are suspect, and his nonchalant play style will be tested right away in the big boy leagues, and I'm just not sure that it'll translate whatsoever. Shedeur Sanders had good numbers, but that can be expected after playing North Dakota State. At best, Shedeur Sanders is a lesser version of Caleb Williams and takes too many sacks and plays too much hero ball for the NFL. The quarterback, however, I am highest on in this draft, and I think has the most upside and potential to be a franchise-changing quarterback, is none other than Ole Miss Rebel Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart has all the tools to be a difference maker in the NFL, and in my opinion, I think he could be a first rounder in this year's NFL draft. Why is that? Well, last season we saw guys like Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix tear it up in year one, in what were some of the best rookie seasons we have seen in NFL history. Just look at the stats. These guys are both top 10, I believe, in rookie single-season passing yards. What do they both have in common? Both had a lot of quality collegiate experience and seasons under their belt that translated into better rookie seasons. Jackson Dart has 4 years of NCAA experience. Dart has been in the NCAA since 2021, as he started off at University of Southern California, as he had actually a very good freshman year. He ended up taking the starting job at USC once their starting quarterback went down. But, however, after that season, he would indeed transfer because, Caleb Williams ended up going to USC, who was at the time the best, honestly, player in college football at the time. So, Jackson Dart, wanting to get a starting job, went to Ole Miss to play under well-established collegiate coach Lane Kiffin. In Kiffin's offense, his stats doubled immediately. During this time at Ole Miss, his stats kept on getting better and better, which is an awesome sign to see out of a young quarterback. Dart threw even more touchdowns compared to interceptions before he had his best season to date last year in 2024 with the Ole Miss Rebels. It is awesome sign to see the stats just go upwards and upwards every single year as he kept improving. But 2024 was the perfect end to his collegiate career at Ole Miss. Dart threw for career highs this year as he threw 4,279 passing yards, 29 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, with a QBR of 86.3, good enough for 4th in the entire NCAA. After watching some Jackson Dart footage, I would say that my biggest player comp in the NFL for Jackson Dart is almost like a Josh Allen, JJ McCarthy, but with a bit of a smaller frame. Dart has a sneaky good arm, which he showed off at Ole Miss, and he can also take off whenever he needs to and get some scramble yards just like JJ McCarthy or Josh Allen. Along with his very impressive stats, Jackson Dart also was the second-rated quarterback in the entire NCAA on PFF. He got a 92.5, just 0.4 shy of Cam Ward, who was the number one ranked quarterback on PFF. Going into this offseason, Jackson Dart has so far done what he's needed to do to make his draft stock go up. He balled out at the Senior Bowl and was one of the most impressive quarterbacks there easily. He also went to the Combine and was easily the best quarterback to throw at the Combine, which he really put himself in a class by himself, as he had some really good throws, really good performance at the Combine, and Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward were not there, so Jackson Dart was easily the cream of the crop at the Combine. I've made my case why I think Jackson Dart should be a first rounder at the least. Let's take a look at the teams that could potentially land him in the first round. As far as landing spots go, there are a plethora of QB needy teams. However, as of now, I do think they will lean more towards Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders just because of all the hype they're warranting. That does not mean I don't think Jackson Dart will go in the first round though, however, as I think he could go as early as the Las Vegas Raiders if Shedeur and Cam Ward are already off the board. At number 18 overall, I could see the Seattle Seahawks picking up a guy like Jackson Dart as a backup plan for when Geno Smith retires, because he's getting actually pretty up there in age, and he has not gotten a ton of playoff success for Seattle, so you could see them take him at 18. 21 makes sense with the Pittsburgh Steelers, although they have Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. But the team that I have my eye on, and I already talked about this in a previous video if you want to go watch that, I think the LA Rams are the favorites to land Jackson Dart. They're kind of at the perfect position at this point at number 26, pretty low in the draft. But I think this is a perfect spot to take Jackson Dart, especially if he's still on the board. Matthew Stafford's getting old. And I mean, I've already talked about this in the video below. I'll link it in the description. But yeah, I think the LA Rams are the perfect fit for Jackson Dart. And I think he'd be a great backup plan in LA. That's my take. Let me know what you think in the comments, and feel free to like and subscribe on the video if you like football content like this. I sure would appreciate it, and we'll see you at the next video.